Hello and welcome. So in this video we go back to our traditional theme, Nigerian politics, and this time we talk about Senator Dino Melaye. So Dino Melaye is presently ensconced in a hide-and-seek drama with the APC Nigerian Police Force. So nothing new there. Senator Dino Melaye is always engrossed in some sort of drama with the police. He's in court at least 7 times, I think, on various charges, including attempted suicide from his rather comical jumping out of the van when he was last arrested. So he has all these sort of things going on with him. Dino is known for that. But really, this present drama playing out between the APC police force of Nigeria and Senator Dino Melaye is symptomatic of a deeper malaise that afflicts the Nigerian police force. So let us examine that. You would have noticed that throughout I have been making reference to APC Nigerian Police Force, and you might think that was me just having a dig, but that was a deliberate turn of phrase, because really the Nigerian Police Force has now turned itself into an arm of the ruling party. So they're effectively the police arm of the ruling party, and let us explore. Now, you will recall a few months ago when a lot of senators were defecting from the APC to the PDP and various other parties. There was an incident when the numbers of the senators that were defecting were so large that there were concerns that the numbers would be sufficient to initiate impeachment proceedings against Malam Buhari. So now, what did the police force do? The police force, on the day that they suspected that this impeachment process might be triggered, they went and surrounded the house of the Senate leader Bukola Saraki. And bear in mind, Bukola Saraki is the number 3 citizen of Nigeria, so effectively they were surrounding the country. So they went and surrounded this guy's house, his residence, but unfortunately for them, unfortunately for him, and we all know how clever Saraki is, he had already gotten wind and he had moved himself to another location, and whilst they were circling his residence, he was making his way into the Senate chambers. On that same day, they also surrounded the house of the deputy leader, that Igbo chap. I can't quite remember his name. So we've had that. Now, we've also had Doyin Okupe being harassed as soon as he came out in support of Atiku. He came out in support of Saraki first. And now that Saraki has lost the ticket to Atiku, he has obviously transferred his allegiance to Atiku, because obviously his primary loyalty is to the party, i.e. the PDP. So now Doyin Okupe, Dr. Doyin Okupe, has now come out of hibernation to start to make pronouncements in favor of his party and to highlight the deficiencies, and there are plenty of them, of the Buhari regime. And what's happened? The police knocks on his door, accuse him of hate speech, of making negative social media pronouncements against the country and all whatnot, and they took him down to the station and interrogated him. So another intimidation. Now, Governor Fayose, an ardent critic of the Buhari regime, soon as he left office, where is he now? Well, he's cooling his heels in the comforts of an EFCC cell. What is his crime? Being a critic of the Buhari regime. So the Nigerian police effectively is now openly and without ambiguity an arm of the ruling party. So what does this portend for February 2019? We've already seen examples of what happened at the Ekiti elections in Ogun State, in Ondo State, etc. When the state elections were heavily militarized. I'm not sure if I pronounced that term right. I'm not going to attempt it again. But there was a strong police presence and a strong military presence there. So we've already seen examples of that. To the point, I think it was the Ogun State election where a winner was actually declared, and they refused the winner and reran the election until they were able to declare themselves winners. So this is really what is going on in Nigeria. So we are now seeing police harassment of the opposition party. They have been arrested. And by the way, the Dino Melaye case is really led by Yaya Bello and of course his daddy Buhari. So Yaya Bello has always been the arch enemy of Dino Melaye, or Dino Melaye is the arch enemy, or vice versa, 50-50. So now the elections coming up, Dino Melaye, of course, is running for his seat again, and they are doing everything that they can to prevent him from running. So they will hold him and detain him. And by the way, the charges that they are seeking Senator Dino Melaye for is for culpable homicide. He was alleged to have shot at a policeman, and he was alleged to have shot at a policeman during a scuffle between his party, and I'm saying his party like his traveling party, him and his aides, and the police. So there was a scuffle between his cavalcade and the police, and in the course of that, shots were fired. Who fired the shots? No one knows. What happened on the day of the incident? No one has come forth to say. Were arrests made, and Dino Melaye had a police orderly, by the way. So what was his position on that? So all of this went on, but nothing was done. But instead, just on the cusp, on the eve of an election, suddenly they've dusted up this file, trumped up these charges, surrounded this man's house, cut off the electricity to his house, cut off the water, they left him hemmed in within the house, gun pointed at the building, ready. Dino Melaye has always said these people are after his life, and all of the indications and all of their actions are all indicative of this. So now this is what the build-up is to the next presidential elections. 2019 February, hold on tight, stay at home if you can, and batten down the hatches, because it doesn't forebode for good times during that period for the country. So what are your thoughts? Leave your comments in the comment section. Let's get the conversation going there. So I'll leave you here and I'll join you there, and I'll say peace.